Welcome to the build guide. 4 builds for every position. You are guaranteed to find a build that will fit your play style. This video is timestamped for your viewing pleasure. All I ask is that you guys like the video and share it with one of your teammates that need a build. What's good, my demons? Welcome to the build guide, man. If you guys don't know about the build guide, I have been doing the build guide for the last 4 years of NBA 2K, and every single year, the build guide is on the money in terms of what the meta is going to be for NBA 2K. So listen, no matter what you're here for, man, whether you're here for a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, or center, I promise you I'm gonna get you guys right. This video is timestamped for your viewing pleasure. Also, share this video with your teammates, man. Make sure that they are not out there on trash builds. This is gonna have your rec squad looking right, your 3v3 squad looking right. No matter what game mode you're playing, you're gonna be out there absolutely dominating. So we're gonna start off with point guards, man. We're gonna start off with point guards, and naturally, when you go with a 6'1" point guard, you're not gonna have the craziest defense, but what you are going to have is insane offensive statistics, okay? You got a very high driving dunk with a 94.3 that we would cap bring it to 99. You have 92 ball handle, 91 speed with ball, and 92 pass accuracy. I read the comments. I saw a lot of people saying, yo, there's not point guards with pass accuracy on YouTube. And that's what we're here doing today, man. I'm making sure I get y'all right. This build right here is going to be solid for 3v3, solid for 5v5. You might struggle with that on the 2s a little bit, but that's not what that's for, man. Your traditional PG builds that you guys are going to be making are going to be for the 3s. They're going to be for the 5s, Pro-Am, Rec, whatever you're playing. Your teammates are going to thank you with a build like that because the 92 pass accuracy is absolutely going to throw lasers. You're not going to be throwing scaries. A lot of you guys don't realize how cracked the lanes are because most people you're playing don't have high interceptor yet. They don't have their steal all the way up because everybody's not badged out. The lanes are cracked. So you're going to want that pass accuracy on a point guard, man. So here we go with another build. This one is going to be a little bit taller. We're going to go with a 6'3". And again, I'm also going to go with a 94 3 ball that we will be cap breaking to 99. Now, I have not been able to test the 99 3 for myself, but I can tell you guys off rip, I went from 94 to 95 3 with my cap breaker, and I noticed a massive difference, okay? So I can only imagine what 99 is like. One of my Pro-Am PGs, Greenlight, has a 99 3-point build, and he said it's absolutely insane. So I'm going to continue to stick with the 99 3. This build, though, 6'3", you are going to get contact dunks. Speed with ball is going to be a little bit slower, but if you guys have played the game, contact dunks are absolutely crazy, man. So this build, 99 3, high pass accuracy, everything that you need, man. This build really has no weaknesses. The only issue, again, is going to be defense. However, when you're making builds like this, guys, these are for 3v3. These are for 5v5. You could use them on the 2s, but you probably wouldn't need a 92 pass accuracy, you know? These are also just build templates, man. Take these and alter them for the game modes that you're playing. If you guys are somebody that doesn't play 5v5, you don't play rec center at all, you probably don't need to have a 92-3. If you're just playing park, you can get away with an 87. You can get away with an 85. I mean, if you guys are watching my streams, I'm running around with a 67 pass accuracy. So you could definitely get away with a lower pass accuracy, but these are just templates, knowing that I'm not sure exactly what game mode you guys are going to play, and I'm just trying to get you right no matter what circumstances you're thrown into. Now, again, another hype, man. Like I said, in the build guide, it's nothing but variation. However, there are going to be some common themes. If you guys are seeing it, man, I believe that 99 3-pointer is going to be the wave this year. I truly believe that. I think that no matter what, when you go with a 99 3-point build, you are set for the entire year. No matter how many patches come your way, no matter how many gameplay changes they make, you are going to be set up for success with a 99 3 ball. Now, this build also is going to get every contact dunk in the game off rip. Every contact dunk in the game off rip. We're going to go ahead and get a 74 perimeter. We're going to go ahead and get an 85 steal. So actually, this build, I think that you guys could use on 2s. I think that you guys could be out there and have success with it. And again, a lot of people have said, yo, what do you think the meta is going to be for PG heights? I genuinely don't think there's going to be a set specific meta. I think there's so many different play styles that are viable in NBA 2K26, and I think it's going to stay like that for the entire year. But overall, bro, this build is an absolute demigod, man. It can score on all 3 levels. You get the contact dunks. If you guys have seen the contact dunk meter, it is absolutely insane. So you get every contact dunk on this build. You will inevitably get 99 3 as well, and then you get all the good dribble moves that you need for the bigger builds, man. There's no weaknesses in this build. It is a ball hawking 3-point slasher, what I would call a 3-level scoring demi-gorgon, man. I think you guys will like this build a lot for my people that are wanting to play on that bigger PG. And again, if you guys are looking for dribble moves, for the small point guard, for the big point guard, I got all of that on the channel, man. Make sure that you guys are checking the channel for whatever you need. A lot of the questions that you guys ask, like, yo, what's your jumper, what's your build, all that. It's all on the YouTube channel already. For 80% of you guys that are watching the videos are not subscribed, and I'm telling you guys, number one, it's free. Number two, it's going to make you a better 2K player, okay? No matter what game mode you are looking to play, I got y'all with everything that y'all need on the channel. I got you and I got your teammates. So definitely send the channel to your boys and make sure that you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fire content. I know a lot of you guys have already made some questionable builds, man, and you would not have had that issue had you subbed up, but I appreciate you guys for watching nonetheless. Now let's get back into the build. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys one more build here. It's 6'1", and it's just a little bit different, okay? It's nothing too crazy, just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a different variation for my people who are looking to have that super high speed with ball, okay? This build right here is one cap breaker away from getting 94 speed with ball, and if you guys have seen 94 speed with ball dribble, it can get pretty wild. Now, I do think you're going to see builds like this in the stage a lot, okay? This is definitely a stage point guard build. It doesn't have crazy defense, but again, when you're playing threes, when you're playing fives, you're not guarding ball, okay? So you don't need to have the craziest defense on a PG build. Now, if you're looking for a guard that can dribble, that can score, that can play like a point guard, but also play defense, that's coming in this next category right here. That's gonna be for the shooting guard builds, but I think you guys will like this a lot. This is a speedy offensive engine. It's actually a super fire name. I rock with the name a lot, and I honestly rock with the build a lot. For my dribble gods out there, for my players that want to play fast, get threes up, I think you guys will like that build a lot. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting guard builds, man. It is about that time. Whether you are a shooting guard or you were sent this video by your boys, this is where you guys are gonna get right. Let me go ahead and put you guys on the best shooting guard builds in NBA 2K26. All I ask is that if you guys have made it to this point, smash the like button in the comment section. Let me know which shooting guard was your favorite. So again, I'm sure you can imagine what we're gonna get into here. This build right here, we're gonna go with a high, midi, low 3. Now, a lot of people will say, yo, why would you go high, midi, low 3? If you guys have played NBA 2K26, as of right now, you don't need that high of a 3 ball to green, okay? Everybody's greening. Everybody's greening. And honestly, I love it. But because of that, that allows you to play a little bit more strategically. And honestly, having the higher wingspan is going to help with one of the biggest issues in the game, which would be the contests. A lot of people are like, yo, I can't get contests. I can't do this. I can't do that. You can if you don't make a 6'1" build with 6'1" wingspan with a 60 perimeter. This build right here, it's got high perimeter, it's got a high wingspan, so you are going to get the contact dunks, you are going to have a crazy midi that's going to get you a lot of the shooting badges, you are going to have good speed, you are going to have good rebounding. The only thing that this build really doesn't have is steal. But if you guys have played this game at all, the stealing is not that crazy. A 60 steal is going to be enough for you guys to play lanes. But you're not really getting plucks in this game. And if you guys watched Mike Wang talk about the game, they said this year they don't really want it to be plucks. They want defense to be a skill gap thing. They don't want it to be something where you're just running around plucking people. They want the skill gap to be where you stay in front of someone. This is a two-way midi slashing cleaner. It's actually another crazy name, and all of these builds that we're creating have some pretty crazy names, and it's unique names that you're not really seeing in the park very often. But like I said, man, if you guys don't like that one, I guarantee you will like one of the next three. And that is the beauty of the build guide, is I can guarantee you that you will walk away from this video with at least one build that you like. So in this build right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on a dribbling shooting guard. And again, I think we're gonna see a lot of variety at the shooting guard position. Something that you guys might even see me lab moving forward is like a 6'8" to 6'10" stretch shooting guard, because of the way shooting is. But naturally, there's certain people that play shooting guard that are always going to want to have the good dribbling, which is kind of why I've been on my 6'3", because I like the dribbling on that. This build right here is a 6'4", and people have been saying, yo, Choc, where are the 6'4s at? Where's the 6'4s? I need a 6'4". Here you go, man. I got y'all. Like I said, I got y'all covered. All I ask in return is that you guys, again, smash the like button and sub to the channel if you're new, man. 80% of y'all are not subbed to the channel, man. Do me that solid, press the sub button. It means the world to me. And let me know in the comment section which build you guys are rocking with. I respond to every single comment, man. The comments keep me going. Appreciate you guys more than you know. But yeah, again, same concept here. We're going 94 3-pointer in order to cap break our 3-point shot to 99. You have an 80 driving dunk, which is going to give you the quick drops, solid defense, solid playmaking, good speed. This is a two-way 3-point shot hunter. This is what you're going to see a lot of in Pro-Am, okay? I would say this is a very safe Pro-Am shooting guard build, man. It's got no weaknesses. it actually says no weaknesses, which is even funnier because I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just saying there's really no weaknesses in the build. I think you guys will be very satisfied if you decide to make that one. Now let's get into shooting guard build numero trace. Okay, what we are going to do right here is we are going to go a little bit off meta, man. We're going to go ahead and try to predict that we might see a little bit of bigger shooting guards, okay? So this build right here is going to be for my people that have been looking for a bigger shooting guard. This build could also be an ISO build. It could be a twos build. You know what I'm saying? Again, with the build guide, it's all about variety. That's what I'm trying to provide you with. Now, you know, if we're going with a bigger build, you know we got to go ahead and secure that dunk, man. So we're going to go with a 93 driving dunk off rip. And as you guys can see early on, we have a 92 three-pointer with a 93 driving dunk. We have set ourselves up early for a really solid overall build, man. This build is going to be extremely scary, especially if it gets into the right hands, okay? 71 pass accuracy. To secure that silver diamond, we have the 85 ball handle with 75 speed with ball. That's everything that we're going to need. 92 perimeter, guys. This is for the contest, okay? A lot of you guys are like, yo, I can't get contest. I can't get contest. You can get contested if you have 92 perimeter. I can assure you that, man. Go out there with a 92 perimeter with a long wingspan and tell me the contest system needs to be buffed. You'll change your mind very, very, very quickly, man. Overall, though, right here, I think you guys will like this build a lot. Again, it's all going to be about play style. I know I'm going to see some comments that are like, Choc, which one would you make? What build would you make? At the end of the day, you have to pick the build that complements your game the most. I can tell you, yo, I like this build more, and yo, I like that build more. But if you don't play like me and you don't do the moves that I do, and let's say, for example, like I don't really dunk, right? If you guys are a dunker and I tell you, yo, I'm going to make a build with 75 driving dunk, you're doing yourself a disservice by not going ahead and securing the attributes that would help you play better. So just keep that in mind. And again, obviously these are all templates. Tweak them to match your game, okay? If you like that build that I just showed you, but you don't think that you need that high of a perimeter, you could drop that and you could get attributes in other places. Now we're gonna go ahead and go with a 6'3" man, which in my opinion is the glitch right now. I have been using a 6'3" and I like it a lot, okay? My 6'3", if you guys have watched my streams at all, has been going absolutely crazy. And I want to go ahead and put you guys on what I think you guys would really like as a 6'3". So with this build, we are going to get a 99 3 ball and we are going to get contact dunks, okay? In my personal opinion, I think that you guys should all leave your dunk up. Now, with the build that I made, I didn't go high dunk. And the reason I didn't do that is because I don't dunk. But I do think that at some point, that might come back to bite me. I do think there's a world where I have to make a new build because I didn't put up one of the most important attributes in the game, which is dunk, okay? The dunk meter is insane. You could be literally 3 years old and time that dunk meter. It is harder to miss a stick dunk than it is to make a stick dunk. So that's why with this 6'3" right here, we're gonna go ahead and get the 89 driving to go along with our 99 3, solid defense and just solid stats all the way around, okay? Every time you make a good build, it always says two-way three-point slasher. So if you guys are in the lab and you're playing around and you think you ended up making a good build, check the name. If it says two-way three-point slasher, you cooked. Because every single time I make a build that I like, it's listed as a two-way three-point slasher. Now, welcome to the small forward section of the video. And the easiest way to put this, man, the easiest way to put this is the lockdown defender portion of the video. Now, a lot of people will say every year, okay, I get the same comments on the build guide in terms of this every single year. They say, yo, why do you never make small forward builds where are the small forward builds? At the end of the day, if you are playing this game competitively, at the small forward position, you are a lockdown, okay? You are making a small forward lockdown. Competitive teams go point guard, shooting guard, lockdown, back end, center, okay? So if you guys are trying to make a LeBron James-esque build, that's fine, but you need to use that LeBron James-esque build at point guard or shooting guard. Otherwise, you are putting your team at a supreme disadvantage, okay? And I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you guys are trying to win as many games as you possibly can, which is why you're on YouTube looking up the best builds. You guys are already ahead of the curve because you're on YouTube looking up the best builds. So as you guys can see, a constant theme that you guys are going to see for these small forward builds is the 94-94. And what that's going to do is that's going to secure us 99-99 when we get our cap breakers. And guys, there are a lot of cap breakers in NBA 2K26. I'm not saying to completely make your build around cap breakers, but what I am saying is that you guys will get cap breakers if you are grinding, okay? Your crew gets you a lot of cap breakers. The game itself gets you a lot of cap breakers. If you guys are completing quests, it gets you cap breakers. There are non-stop cap breakers being given. Even the season, level 40 gets you a cap breaker, okay? So you guys are gonna get it make sure that you're making your builds. This is a physical clamp thief, and this is something that you guys are going to see as a reoccurring theme for the lockdown builds. Okay, you guys need to make sure that if you are a small forward, you are making a lockdown. Okay, I know I just want to be clear. I know I've already said this a couple times, but this is something that needs to get embedded into your brains, man. I understand not everybody has to play the same way, but there are some things that you guys are going to need. And in NBA 2K26, more than ever, your team is going to need a lockdown defender, man. I'm telling you right now, lockdowns might be the most important position this year. In years past, you could put anybody on a lockdown build, okay? Because it wasn't hard. In NBA 2K25, RNG was going to make them shoot 50% regardless of the defense that you played. But in this year, with a pure green window, man, a lockdown defender is going to win or lose your team games, man. You are arguably the most important position on the court. And with that being said, if you're going to be the most important player on the court, you need to make sure that you have made an adequate build for that position. Obviously, you have come to the right place because I'm going to make sure that you guys have done exactly that. Now, when it comes to lockdown builds, they all kind of look similar, okay? They all look a little similar because of that 94-94. But what you need to decide is, hey, do I want to be a little bit taller? Do I want to be a little bit faster? Do I want to have a little bit more wingspan? Do I want to have a little bit more three? You know, it's going to boil down to very, very, very minor changes, okay? And these minor changes are going to be what separates you from the pack. In my opinion, I think that you guys should be picking this based off what you do well. So if you guys are a good shooter, you might want to go with like this build, for example, that has the higher three ball. If you're not the best shooter, maybe you still want to go with this one to overcompensate and help you make a few more. Or maybe you want to go with slashing because you're a little bit more talented there. Maybe you want to go with a little bit more defense because you just want to straight up lock up your opponent, you know? It kind of boils down to what type of lock are you and what is your identity as a lockdown. I also just made a lockdown defender video that I posted yesterday, I believe, or the day before that, or I don't know when you'll be watching this video, but it is on the channel. So not only are you getting these 4 locks, but I already posted 3 or 4 other lockdown builds on the channel. So you guys will have 8 different locks to choose from. Also, forgive me for my voice. I don't know what happened. I'm not sick. I don't feel under the weather. I don't really know what's going on, but out of nowhere, I have lost my voice. And of course, this is the one video per year that is a 30-minute video of me literally yapping about builds. So at the worst possible time, I have lost my voice and I'm now struggling to get through this 30-minute video where I have to break down the different builds for you guys. But you guys know we're going to thug it out. And all I ask is that if you guys have made it to this point in the video, please, please, please do me a favor. Smash the like button and sub to the channel if you're new. Again, over 80% of you guys are watching the videos are not subbed. None of you guys are subbed, man. Sub up. I promise you guys, it is going to make you a better 2K player. You will be thankful in the long run that you're watching the 10-minute videos that are designed to help you be a better player. So again, here we go. Another build right here, 94-94. It is going to have a little bit lower driving dunk, but it's going to have a little bit more defense, okay? As you guys can see, we are taking that block up to a 74. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get our rebound up, get our speed up, get our perimeter up. Listen, guys, lockdown builds aren't sexy. Okay, on paper, you look at them, they're kind of boring. They're not that fun. They're one of those that are like kind of to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But they do the job. They not only do the job, but they're necessary, you know? They do the dirty work. It's like being a plumber, you know? Nobody looks at a plumber and thinks to themselves, wow, that's a sexy job. I wish I could marry a plumber. But without plumbers, the world wouldn't run. Am I yapping? Or did I just get philosophical and absolutely drop a gem on you boys? You guys tell me. I don't know. I feel like I'm absolutely dropping gems right now. And I feel like the lockdown defender builds are kind of like a little bit more difficult to talk about because what exactly am I supposed to be telling you about? We're going 94-94. We're doing this. We're doing that. Now this build right here, I can actually talk about, okay? As you guys can see, we are going with a little bit of a taller lockdown on this one, okay? Be shocked to see taller lockdowns become the meta. And the reason for that is the contest system. I think naturally players are going to go taller in this game. You guys are already seeing the progression in the park. You're seeing a lot more stretches. You're seeing a lot more 6'8" guards. You're seeing a lot more of taller players be a thing. So do not be shocked if you start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'8" lockdowns out there with the long wingspan trying their best to get these contests. But overall, this build isn't just a lockdown, okay? This build can do a little bit of everything, man. You got a good three-pointer. You do get contact dunks with the 89 driving dunk. The only weakness that this build is going to have is it is going to be a little bit weak on the playmaking side. However, However, you are a lockdown defender, not a point guard. The ball is not going to constantly be in your hands. Again, this is a lockdown defender build, and I'm saying this because somebody in the comment section is going to go, Choc, that 6'9" lock that you made was really good, but you can't make playmaking, and I'd rather make this guy's build that has 75 everything. And it's like, some of y'all just don't think, man. You got to specialize in what you can specialize in, man. I call it positional advantage. However you want to call it, whatever you want to describe it as, that's what it is, okay? It's a positional advantage. And a positional advantage at lockdown is being 6'9" and being able to get contact dunks, all while simultaneously forcing stops and making all of your open threes. This is an edge enforcing high flyer. Pretty cracked out name for a pretty cracked out build. There's no way one of those lockdown builds you guys aren't rocking with. Now, welcome to the power forward section of the build guide. This is arguably going to be the most important section of the build guide. So please do me a favor, guys. Smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new, guys. I know I've already said it a million times, but over 80% of you guys that are watching the videos are not subbed. Sub up so you don't miss out on any of the banger content for the entire year. Now, power forwards, you guys are a hidden treasure, okay? Equally as important as locks, man, you guys can make or break a team. Anybody that has played competitive Pro-Am or plays Rec Center knows that a power forward can absolutely change the game. And that goes with having a good one and also having somebody who is trash. And with these builds right here, I'm going to personally guarantee that you guys are out there changing the game, okay? So what you are gonna focus on with this build right here, as you guys can see, 92 perimeter, 93 steal, man. As a power forward, you need to make sure that number one, the lanes are shut down, okay? Nothing is going by you guys. You guys are absolutely locking up the lanes, but you also need to make sure that you are getting rebounds, okay? You are anchoring the defense. You gotta be good on the glass. You gotta be good on defense, okay? 75 pass accuracy is the bare minimum. I know some people out there who wanna go even lower on their power forwards, and guys, if you do that, your team will never score fast breaks, okay? I played with Swag Godly last year, and Swag Godly had like a 65 pass accuracy power forward, and we physically could not run the break. Do not do that, man. At least make sure that you guys secure 75. Fast breaks are important. But yeah, this build right here, you get the 65 standing, which is gonna be more than enough to trigger standing dunks. High perimeter, high steal, 92 rebounding, which is maxed out. You are absolutely a defensive anchor. This is a two-way pick and pop cleaner. Two-way pick and pop cleaner, man. Really, really, really solid power forward build. I think it could be the meta. Now, I need to make sure that I give you guys some height variety at power forward, okay? Because 6'7" has always been the power forward meta. But I do believe, truly in my heart, that this could be the year where we go with bigger power forwards. Now, some of you guys will be going, Choc, why would you want to do that? You don't get as high of steal, you're not as fast. The reason I believe that is if you guys have seen the dunk meter is insane. It is the biggest meter of all time. I've never understood why the dunk meter is so big, because contact dunks are so rare in real life, but the meter, you would think that contact dunks happen every single play. But I think you're going to need bigger power forwards with higher interior to stop it. I genuinely, truly believe that. And only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. We'll see what patches come, how gameplay is. But if you guys have played a 5-out, if you guys have played a pick and roll with a contact dunking point guard, you know what it's like to be absolutely punched on and thrown in that rim, man. You guys know what it's like. And I'm telling y'all, I would not be shocked if we see the transformation of going with the big power forwards this year in order to counteract contact dunks and try to fight back against it. But overall, man, I think this is another really solid power forward build. You do have a little bit left over in the rebounding category, which you could use cap breakers on. But yeah, again, 6'8", 6'7", kind of just gonna become a preference thing. Do you want to be a little bit bigger and give up a little bit more speed? Do you want to have more steal? It's all going to depend on your play style and how you like to play the game. Now, like I said, it's all going to be about height variety, man. So at the power forward position, we are switching it all up, man. 6'7" for the first build, 6'8" for the second build, and now we are on the 6'9", she's kind of fine build. Now, as you guys can see, I think that is going to be a total preference thing, okay? I think in NBA 2K26, in general, and this kind of goes for every build with the exception of maybe lockdowns, I think what height you want to be is going to totally be a preference. I don't think there's going to be a set specific height that everybody's going to flock to like they have in years past. I have to tip my cap to 2K on that one because they kind of cooked, man. For the first time ever, it seems as if all heights all play styles, all builds are kind of viable. People keep coming to my stream and they're asking me, yo, what's the meta? What's the meta? What would you make? What build? Da 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 da. It's really all a preference thing. Now on this build right here, I think you would get a very, very, very positional advantage here because 94 rebound can be cap broken to 99. That is what I call a positional advantage. That is what I call changing the game. 3 to 4 rebounds a game extra for your team can absolutely win you games, man. Overall, another really good build. And again, for the power forward position, it's all going to go to how you play. I think you could get away with having an 85 steal, but again, at 6'7", you have a way higher steal. So it's all going to be, something's got to give, you know. In order to get, you got to give. So if you want to get those inches of height and you want to get a little bit more rebounds, you want to get a little bit more of this, you're going to have to sacrifice in other areas. But overall, another really solid build that I think you guys could go crazy with. Now let's talk about the last power forward on this list, man. I went with another 6'8". Now, I want to be clear, just because I didn't make a 6'10", just because I didn't make a 6'11", doesn't mean that they would not be viable. However, it's a little bit more dangerous. And one thing about the build guide, I said it earlier in the build guide, is that when you make one of these builds, you're going to be able to use this build the entire year. These builds are never going to get patched. These builds are never going to get shut down. These builds are built intricately so that no matter what patch comes, no matter what gameplay change comes, these builds are going to be as viable as they could be. And I just want to make sure that I'm out here saving you guys money, saving you guys time, because there's nothing worse than playing 2K and you make a build and you put $100 on it after you paid $100 for the game and you wasted $100 because you made some basura, you made some trash, okay? I can personally assure you that if you make any of these power forwards, if you make any of these locks, shooting guards, point guards, and even upcoming centers, you will be able to use these builds for the entire year. That is my stamp of approval. If you don't believe me, go check the NBA 2K24 build guide, go check the NBA 2K25 build guide, so on and so forth. You guys are gonna see. It's almost like magic, man. We predict the meta. We predict it every single year. You guys are gonna be more than okay if you make one of these builds, and your teammates are going to be thankful. And again, if you're a power forward watching this video, make sure that you send this to your guard, your shooting guard, your lock, your center. Make sure that they are out there on the best builds possible and that they're not going to launch you, because since you guys took the time to make the right build, make sure that they're doing the same thing. But yeah, again, this build is just going to be another way that you can make another really good power forward build. It's a little bit more off meta, okay, as you guys can see. We won the 89 driving dunk. So it's a little bit more off meta. For my guys that don't want to just be cones, you don't want to just be corner players, this might be the build for you, okay? I know some of y'all are adamant about having your contact dunks no matter what. So I just wanted to make sure that I got you covered, okay? One thing about the build guide is we get every play style covered. Now let me shout out my centers. Welcome to the center aspect of the build guide, man. Number one, if you guys have made it to this point in the video, please do me a solid, smash the like button, man, and comment down below which build is you guys' favorite. Also, I hate to keep saying this, but I cannot stress it enough that 80% of you guys that are watching these videos are not subscribed, man. Do me a solid, press that sub button. It means the absolute world to me, man, and it helps me continue to put out this fire content for you guys. Now, the first build that we are going to start with, 7 foot, 257 pounds, okay, with the maxed out wingspan. As you guys can see, we are going to start with the max driving dunk. We are going to get contact dunks on this build with a very, very elite standing dunk, okay? That way, you guys are going to be able to finish in any aspect. On the roll, if somebody's not in position, you're going to dunk on them. In the paint, if somebody's holding you in the circle, you're going to dunk on them. This is going to be an inside center build, so you're not going to be able to shoot. However, outside of that, this build has absolutely no weaknesses. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to ask me in the comment section, Choc, do you lean with a pop? Do you lean with an inside? What's the meta going to be? The meta is going to be matching your guard's play style as a center, okay? If you guys are playing with a guard who needs a pop, you need to make a pop. If you guys are playing with a guard that prefers insides, you need to make an inside. If you guys are talented enough to make a pop and play like an inside, then that's totally fine. But what I've noticed is that when I play with pops, right, no matter what happens, they always pop. So for example, I'm on stream right now playing with a pop, right? It doesn't matter if the roll is there. He is going to pop. It's like a popper mentality that he has. And I need to make sure that if you guys are going to make a pop, you don't just have poppers mentality, man. So I personally prefer insides. If anybody's going to shoot the 3 ball, it's going to be me. But I understand why some centers want to do it. And an elite pop can absolutely change the game. But you know what else can change the game? an absolute dominant inside with a 99 offensive rebound, contact dunks, and a 93 pass accuracy. For the breaks, you guys see the comparisons, man. Shaquille O'Neal, that speaks for itself. This is a glass visionary power dunker. I mean, say that 3 times fast. Glass visionary power dunker, glass visionary power dunker, glass visionary power dunker. I mean, that is an absolute mouthful. Forgive me for that. I think I'm starting to go delirious as I've been talking to myself for 30 minutes straight. Again, smash the like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Also, let me know what center is you guys' favorite. Now, what we are making right here is a 7-4 demi board. Now, I have to eat my words, man. For the first time ever, the really, really tall centers are actually useful. Usually, these centers are obsolete, man. If you guys have played any other 2K, the 7-3 was obsolete, the 7-2 was obsolete. They were just slow as could be. In this game, 7-4s are kind of cracked out. And the 7-4 that I'm about to show you guys is completely cracked out, man. If you guys were looking for a 7-4, look no further. Because I got you guys with a 7-4 pop that can do it all. It's not just a pop, man, because this build can do a little bit of everything. As you guys see, it's got solid finishing, and we have insane shooting, absolute maxed out shooting. And it's going to go right along with our solid playmaking, man. 87 pass accuracy that we could use to cap break it to 92. You're going to have good ball handle. The only thing you're really not going to have was speed with ball, but again, it's about as high as it can get. Defensively, you're not going to be a slouch here either, man. 82 on the interior. We're also going to get that perimeter up for the contest, and then we're going to get our steal up a little bit, man. Overall, though, bro, this build is super, super solid. If you guys are looking for a 7-4 all-around, do-it-all build, you came to the right place, man. The only area that this build is weak is rebounding. But that's not because I made it weak. That's because of the game's limitations. And one thing I will tell you is that's kind of why I lean with an inside, man, because as you guys can see, that 99 rebounding versus that 80, it's a whole different ball game, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys are looking for a 7-4 Gorgon, this is a triple-double threat. You are a threat to get a triple-double at all times. The build absolutely has no weaknesses, man. I don't see an issue with it whatsoever. You will be absolutely going crazy out there, man. If you guys are looking for a 7-4, that is the build for you. Now let's get into the third center build, man. And again, this video is all about variety. That's what I'm here to bring you guys. Straight variety. So we are going to go with a 6'9" center. Now, some of you guys are gonna be like, yo, 6'9" is crazy. But if you're playing park, 7'4", 7 foot, 7'1", 7'2", even 6'11", you're not going to be able to hedge a pick and roll with how people are shooting now. Look at what these people are shooting. You are not getting a stop with your 50 speed 7'4" guarding the pick and roll. So again, you got to make a build based on what your role on a team is going to be. So this is going to be a 6'9" popping build, okay? We are going to have decent finishing, nothing too crazy. But again, if you guys are playing park, you don't need to have the craziest finishing. What this build is going to have, though, is extremely solid defense. This is going to be a build that is versatile. You could use this build as a power forward. You could also use this build as a 3v3 center. And I think that some of you guys need to do that more with your builds in general, is you need to be making more versatile builds, because number one, that is going to save you money, man. There's nothing worse than having to pull out specific builds for specific game modes. Okay, this build, you're gonna be able to take across to all game modes. You'll be able to use this in Pro-Am as a power forward. You'll be able to use this in the park as a 5, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay, as you guys are making your builds. But overall, this is another really solid build. Again, I kind of consider this to be more of a power forward build, but you would be playing center with it. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right? I don't know. At this point, bro, I've been rambling for 30-something minutes. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. But yeah, this is another really good build. You know, that's the moral of the story. If you guys are looking for another really good center build, you've come to the right place. And if you guys have made it to this point, please smash the like button. I know you've been hesitant to smash the like button up until this point. Smash the like button. Smash it. Now, if you guys have made it to this point in the video, man, this is the last center build in the video. All I ask, man, please smash that like button. It means the absolute world to me. But look, we are going to make another 7-footer. Now, why do we have so many 7-footers? Why is everything seemingly 7 foot? I do think that 7 foot is going to be the meta height. I just feel like 7 foot is a safe center build. I do think at some point these 7-4s will become obsolete. Now, some of you guys will probably be thinking, Choc, why would you say that? My 7-4 is a god. The reason I say that, think back to NBA 2K25. 7-3 post scores were absolutely running the game. And then a week or two in, they die out. Kind of seems like every year the big builds dominate and then they slow down. Maybe this is the year that changes. But if you guys are looking for a safe build, if you're looking to save your money, if you're looking to not take a risk, I would recommend you guys to probably go with the footer or the 6'9". If you guys are swinging for the upside play, you want to say, hey, I want to make the craziest Boban Marjanovic build possible, then I completely understand that, guys. That is totally your prerogative. This build right here is a 7-foot pop, okay? So basically, you gave up the driving dunk on the inside, and you gave up a little bit of pass accuracy in order to get an 80 mid-range and a 78 three-pointer. And this is just kind of going to boil down to who you are as a player. Do you want to be a pop? Do you want to be an inside? Either way, you can't really go wrong. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all for watching. It's the build guide, man. Man, I love you all more than you know. Make sure that you guys turn on noties, sub to the channel, come by the stream, say what's up. Peace.